Hey guys, Ningen here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and here we are yet again for another no items run on Super Battle Road. This is a first for YouTube again, sort of, kind of like my Giant Form one. I have seen one other video up already from DBZ World, but the big thing about this run is, as a lot of you know that I've talked about recently, I do not have my own LR Trunks and Mai, which I feel will make this run super easy just because of the amount of stuns you can get. So I imagine, at the time of recording this, Truth hasn't uploaded his one. I imagine he'll probably put it up soon. And of course he will have his own Rainbow Trunks and Mai, and probably a Rainbow Trunks and Mai friend. I believe the friend on this run is only 79%, I think. It was like the only one that popped up. I decided to have one attempt. Honestly didn't think I would actually do it this time, because we tried a couple of runs on the stream. We got close, but we didn't do it. And this was literally the first attempt I tried this evening. Unfortunately, for some reason at the beginning, the video is quite slow. The game, the emulator is running quite slow. But it does sort itself out before the end of the first fight, so I apologise for the slight lack of quality at the moment, but it does improve fairly soon. So one of the big things for me was, of course, the physical Goku Black EZA. He is an absolute king on this run, and we end up running a rotation of him with the AGL Zamasu, because I actually mentioned it in the showcase that I put up for physical Goku Black, that they work really well together on Super Battle Road, because he can lower the attack with his supers, and then obviously AGL Zamasu has built-in damage mitigation, so he's already a unit that we want to do some tanking for us on Super Battle Road, but he's going to be able to tank a lot better because he is taking attacks from enemies that have had their attack lowered. So additional super attack from LR Black and Zamasu. Those of you that were in the stream this morning, you will know I did pull a copy of them from the LR banner. Decided to drop a couple of multis at the end of the stream, and we managed to pull a dupe for LR Bardock and a dupe for LR Black and Zamasu. So that's pretty cool, especially because I was using them on this team. So I don't know how much that extra dupe will have helped this run at all, but it definitely will have come in handy, the fact that they've got slightly higher stats at this point, and obviously the extra points in crit and additional as well. So just like all the attempts, I've talked about this before, a lot of it comes down to stuns and whether or not our units will actually get stuns, and we do get fairly lucky for the majority of the run. There's a couple of hairier moments that obviously you guys will see, but before I talked about the fact that I hadn't been running double stunners on one rotation, because it can be a bit sketchy when you go into a new fight without a stunner on rotation. Like if you get the wrong rotation to start off a new fight, that can be really bad. So obviously Trunks and Mai, we kind of need to rely on their dodging ability a little bit, which they can do against the androids, but they can't do against Cell. And then, of course, they can do against Goku Black and Zamasu in the final fight. So we do kind of have to rely on that a little bit, especially because we'll start off with both stunners on this rotation. We will start off this turn with obviously the enemy not being stunned. So it's very important that they get their dodges. And then, of course, when we move on to Cell, who they can't dodge, he is a tech type, which is why I brought the Int Mai instead of the AGL. Because the AGL has a higher chance to stun. But the Int Mai is going to be super useful for that Cell fight. Plus, of course, she is a 40% time traveler support unit. So that means that if they don't dodge, they take slightly less damage, because they are getting a nice big defensive buff from her as well. So we finally have this rotation set up, which is what I've been looking for. We've managed to attack lower 18 at least once already, and she is the only unit currently not stunned. So we can put Zamasu in this front slot, and he will take very little damage. And then, of course, I will hit... I think, I go for... Do I go for 17? Yeah, I go for 17 with the attack lower, just to have it evenly applied across both of them, ready for the next turn. Plus, I think we can probably finish off 18 this turn. What with Zamasu's attack, and then of course the attack from the LR, considering they have type advantage. So, but yeah, this is one I've been working on for quite a long time. I've messed around with the team builds a little bit here and there. I was using Int Zamasu before because he obviously gives a guaranteed heal, and if he additional supers, that's 2 heals. But the AGL one, he heals at the start of the turn, and then he's not as good of a tank, but in the final fight, he has type advantage over Goku Black, which does make our rotations a little bit more easy to plan out, because obviously Zamasu has type advantage over Goku Black, and then the physical Goku Black has type advantage over Zamasu, so makes it a little bit easier. And then this is the perfect setup for this turn, because we have an attack lowered 17 against our STR Trunks and Mai, but they're getting all the dodges in here. Even if they don't dodge, they're going to take very little damage, considering he's attack lowered, and we have the Mai on rotation for support as well. So no stun from them, and then super attack from 17, which fortunately gets dodged, and then Mai comes in. See, no stun from her either, so we haven't had the best run, but fortunately with his attack being lowered, even against Int Mai, where normally like turn 1 he would do 90k damage to her, he did 12k, and we were very lucky that we didn't finish him off here, because I've talked about this before in many of the no item runs. A lot of the times you want to end the fight on a specific one of your 2 rotations, so that you can go into the next fight with a certain rotation, and we always want to go into the Cell fight with Int Mai on the rotation, because she can take the first couple of hits. She will take a little bit of damage, because even with type advantage she's not the best tank, but she can take the first couple of hits and then hopefully stun with her super. Whereas LR Trunks and Mai, their dodge passive doesn't apply to Cell, and on that first turn, even with the Int Mai support, they will probably take around 70 to 80k. Because like I said, I've tried this stage attempt many times, so I'm very happy to finally have this one done. I think there's only one more, in fact, which is Pure Saiyans, that I've gotten super close a couple of times. Like, we're talking 1 enemy left in the last fight, and then both my stunners fail me and I end up getting super attacked. So hopefully I'll be able to get that one done very soon. I might change up the team build. Obviously I was waiting for the Tanabata banner to come so I could buy my first copy of LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku with the coins, but obviously that's delayed for the time being, so not sure about that one. I'm using a Vegeta family team, and I've gotten very close to the end. So I did see, I'm not sure when I'll upload this one, but I did see Truth just put out his Pure Saiyans video. I haven't watched it yet. I'm sure it's pretty ridiculous. I think the thumbnail has the Super Saiyan 3 Xeno Goku in it, who's kind of a cheat code for Super Battle Road now. I really wish I'd pulled him, because even unawakened he would be super useful, because I could even run him on that Vegeta family team, because Vegeta's secondary leader skill is Super STR, and he would probably still be really good, even though he's only getting the 120% leader skill. So, but anyway, we managed to stun with Mai, so we are in the position we want to be in. This fight works out really well with the rotations that we have set up, because we have Mai to tank the initial hits and then try and stun. Then obviously if her stun fails, we get Trunks and Mai get to attack before they get hit, and hopefully they will stun. And then while he's stunned and we go on to this second rotation, we have physical Goku Black to lower his attack. So basically every cycle, Mai will be getting hit for less and less damage before she gets off her attack to try and stun. So this works out really well. Because Zamasu has type disadvantage, I went for the Dokkan attack with physical Goku Black. Well, obviously we are on full health anyway, so I wasn't too worried about doing the most damage possible in order to heal, which is often a real clutch thing. Like, you sometimes on these no item runs, you really need the Dokkan attack to be a full heal for you. And obviously in this instance, we didn't really need it. So I figured, unless Zamasu got a crit, I figured physical Goku Black would probably do more damage. So we go ahead and hit him with that attack lower. So now we should see Int Mai should take basically no damage in this first slot. I'm not sure how many times we've attack lowered him. It hasn't been that many turns. But yeah, there you go. A couple of thousand damage. I'll absolutely take that. So Mai gets the stun again. And we are rolling on the old stun train at the moment, which is exactly what we want. Because it covers across the fact that if one of them doesn't stun, hopefully the other one will. And then, of course, that happens sometimes where they both stun. So So far, we are rocking and rolling. So, yeah. Can't wait to move on to another one of these. I'm very glad that this one is finally done. So, I did want to address a comment that Truth made in his previous video. So, he dropped his Super Saiyan 3 video, and he was commenting about how easy it was for him after seeing the fact that I'd posted the first one on YouTube. He was maybe thinking it was going to be a little bit harder than it was. But, I mean, you know, he does have the Awakened Xeno Goku rainbowed. And he did say in that video that him being awakened wouldn't necessarily be the difference maker, because unawakened he is very, very good as well. But of course the problem is, because he's only been on that one banner for Global where he was unfeatured, I didn't actually pull him, even though I did like 500 stones on that banner. And that's the thing that I kind of wanted to address. Like, he said in his video that I love the title of the Super Battle Road King, but he is the true king. And the thing is, for me, it's not just the beating the stages, it's the heart behind it, you know? Like, every single stage that we have both beaten, the team that I've used has been much worse than the team that he used. Because obviously he's on JP, where they not only have units that we don't have, or awakenings that we don't have. Truth is obviously, you know, the LR King, the Mega Whale of Dokkan. He has every single unit rainbowed. Whereas when you look at this team that I'm using right now, like I said before, I'm sure when Truth drops his future run, he's going to have Rainbow Trunks and Mai, Rainbow Zamasu, Rainbow Trunks, whereas not only do I not have Trunks and Mai, both my Tech Trunks and my AGL Zamasu are only 69%. I only pulled one dupe for each of them. My LR Black and Zamasu are 79%. So, you know, this isn't like a full everyone rainbow team, and we still managed to get the runs done. And I feel like it's that burning heart behind these runs that makes your boy the Super Battle Road King. I mean, I said it before, it's all been a friendly rivalry. I did see a random comment yesterday that seemed like someone trying to start beef between me and Truth. And, you know, the whole thing is, like, it's all just a bit of fun. Like, we did a video together, like, we're cool. And I did joke with him in that video that, you know, he can be the JP Super Battle Road King, but your boy is the Global Super Battle Road King. I'm doing it with only the units that we've got on Global over here. So I'm trying my best. But here we go. We are going to take out Cell here. He's stunned, so I decide we will transform Zamasu, pick up that huge cluster of AGL orbs, and then we can transform Trunks, see how the orbs change here, so that we can get some decent tech orbs with him. Because we don't really need to nuke with Goku Black in this final turn, because this is absolutely going to be the final turn. So I just kind of wanted to be able to set up a load of tech orbs for Trunks. So that gives us the ability to grab those red orbs there and then free up all these tech orbs for Trunks. Gives us a decent heal, and it basically guarantees that we're going to end the fight on this turn, which is what I was going for. So with the Cell fight, we wanted to start on the rotation with Mai. On the Goku Black and Zamasu fight, we want to start on the rotation with LR Trunks and Mai. So obviously in this particular run, I'm using them both on the same rotation, whereas in the previous attempts, I was keeping them separated. But obviously, I mean, maybe I should have been doing this from the start, because this is the run where we actually beat it. So we get to go into the fight with our boys here. It's always a bit sketchy when you have a type disadvantage unit on rotation and there's no spaces to put them. Like, I could put LR Black and Zamasu in the middle, so they're not taking any attacks from Zamasu, but then that breaks up our rotation and floats off one of our stunners. So we definitely don't want to do that. So I target Zamasu first, because it's very important that we stun him, because if he hits the Trunks and Black and Zamasu in the final slot, that's going to be real bad for us. And then just there's only a couple of greens in the bottom corner, so we managed to grab all of those physical orbs and get an 18 key super for Black and Zamasu. It's really important that we get their 18 key super whenever possible, because if we don't stun one of the enemies and they have to take a hit, the 18 key is the one that gives them the biggest defensive boost. So Trunks and Mai, they stun Zamasu, little bit intermittent with their dodging, but then Mai stuns Goku Black, so that's exactly what we want. Neither of them have to take any hits, and then we go into the second turn with both of them stunned, so this is absolutely perfect. Zamasu, of course, has type advantage over Goku Black, so ideally we want to get rid of Zamasu as quickly as possible, but considering he does have the type advantage, I was trying to decide which one to attack, but in the end I figure the best thing to do is just go all out on Zamasu, try and get rid of him as quickly as possible. With both the enemies stunned, we don't really need to worry too much about how many orbs we give Goku Black, because we don't need him to hit super hard. He's really just here for the damage mitigation, attack lowering, which now we are going to apply to Zamasu. Plus he at least has type advantage over in Zamasu, so he's going to do a pretty decent amount of damage anyway. Yeah, 900k, we'll take that. And then of course we're getting the 12 key super attacks with Vegito Blue, because while he was safe this rotation, there will probably be a rotation coming up where he's going to have to take a hit or two. So we want to get that defensive stack for him building up ready, so he can take very little damage for us. So back onto this rotation, both unstunned. Zamasu's attack lowered, so we don't have to worry too much about him. But there's a lot of attacks from Goku Black, so I'm not too sure the best way to do this. I think I literally... Did I target both? Yeah, see, I targeted both stunners on Zamasu, because it's really important that we stun him this turn, because we do not want him to attack Trunks at the end. And then we know that we can always use AGL Zamasu to tank against him in the next turn. So Trunks and Mai stunned anyway, so I guess I didn't need to target him twice, and then Mai did as well. So being cautious just for cautious sake, but we didn't really need to. I know that Trunks here, as long as he's not getting hit by Zamasu, he'll do okay against Goku Black. But now we get our Zamasu to fuse. And yeah, the fact that he heals at the start of every turn, and then of course LR Black and Zamasu heal at the start of every turn as well. So very good. Wait, did I target Goku Black twice? Why is he stunned? Maybe I was completely confused about who I targeted there. But hey, Goku Black is stunned, so that gives us the ability to tank with type advantage with physical Goku Black, and then attack lower Zamasu again. He already has one bit of attack lowering on him. So this is actually, I think, the turn where... So I didn't quite realise, like, obviously Zamasu is not stunned. We are lowering his attack, but there's a couple of attacks in the final slot against LR, Black and Zamasu. And I was thinking, hey, you know, we've applied like 2 lots of attack lowering to him. Maybe more if we get an additional, which unfortunately we didn't. But I would think that that would mean our tech LR in the final slot is going to be fine. So then, of course, this happens. Very typical Super Battle Road. 300,000 damage. And obviously you saw from that normal attack, they tanked the normal attack just fine. So when I saw that come up, my heart did jump into my throat for a second. But as you can see, we do have almost 500,000 HP on this team, and we were basically on full health. So we're not done yet. So I focus all of the stuns on Goku Black here, because I'm fairly confident that by the time we get to that last slot, Vegito Blue will finish him off with his 18 key super. And obviously if Trunks and Mai don't stun Goku Black, and Mai doesn't stun, and I targeted Zamasu with Mai, then Goku Black would hit Mai and deal quite a lot of damage. As you can see, he's still doing 45k to Trunks and Mai, but they come through with the dodges here. Look at that, all those sweet dodges in a row. Zamasu is fine, he's attack lowered enough that they would probably take double digits from him, but hey, I'm happy to take 0 damage instead of double digits. So Mai gets the double stun on Goku Black just to be super sure she's not taking any chances here. And then Vegito Blue coming through with a nice big crit from his 18 key super and takes out Zamasu. So this is the point where I start to think, you know, apart from a rogue super attack, we're looking real good here, because Goku Black is now stunned. So we get to lower his attack and we get to attack. I actually don't know why I put him in the first slot, because funnily enough, as you'll see at the bottom, we are about to get the Dokkan attack, but at the time of actually recording the run, I didn't realise we were that close to getting it. So I'm actually not sure why I put Zamasu in the first slot. Maybe it was just because I could get more orbs with physical Goku Black, but I mean, either way, it worked out well, because we are about to get the Dokkan attack with AGL Zamasu. And of course, if I'd realised the Dokkan bar was that close to being full, I would have actually transformed him, because even though he loses some of his damage mitigation, we are very close to winning here. So he would have done a lot more damage with this Dokkan attack if I transformed him. But unfortunately, I didn't realise that the Dokkan bar was quite that full. But hey, I mean, the fact that you're watching this video, you know, we did get the successful run, so it didn't come back to bite me that I didn't transform Zamasu here. I was just thinking of just trying to imagine the sheer amount of damage that he would have done with this Dokkan attack. He probably would have finished him off right here. He didn't get a crit though, but hey, we still did 2 million damage, and then we got an additional super attack as well. So nice little bit of extra damage on top. How much are we going to get here? So, oh yeah, of course he crits now, so 1.3. So I mean, hey, he did, you know, over 3 million damage that one turn, and then we hit him with the attack lower as well. So next turn, even though he'll be unstunned, he's attack lowered. And Trunks unfortunately not able to finish him off. But here we go. We are on 450,000 HP. I was at this point, this is where I realized we'd done it. Like, even if he super attacks Trunks and Mai in the first slot and they don't dodge, they should have enough to survive to actually attack him. And I'm fairly sure they will finish him off. But look at that. With his attack lowered, 200 damage from a normal attack, then a dodge. So here it comes, the 18 key super from Trunks and Mai. Was this the finishing blow? Was it enough? It wasn't, but they got the stun. So, I mean, that was it. Even though we know we're going to kill him this turn anyway, Mai finishes him off with 260,000 damage of all things. And gets the stun as well. So there you go. That was a, funnily enough, kind of easy run. We had that scare from the super attack on LR Black and Zamasu. But, I mean, we had almost full HP when we finished the run, thanks to that second Dokkan attack. So there you go. And I beat my best time as well. So I guess that's funny, because obviously a lot of the time you do have to think about where you're going to place your units. But a lot of the time spent in the normal runs is not only thinking about how to place your rotations, but then planning like when and if to use an item, which of course in these runs we don't have time for that. We just got to put our units where we think they should go and go at it, because we can't be using items. So, but there you go. That is the Future Saga Super Battle Road stage beaten with no items. Like I said, it's the only run that I've seen done where the person didn't have their own LR Trunks and Mai. So I think that's a pretty good achievement. So let me know what you think down below in the comments. I can't wait to see Truth's video with the crazy full rainbow team. I'm sure he'll demolish the stage faster than I managed to. But hey, this is your, if I have to put that precursor there, your global Super Battle Road King signing off. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. You can follow me on Twitch or join my Discord. The link is in the description below. There's also the link to my Teespring. I just launched my Ningen Club merch to celebrate my 2-year anniversary of my channel, so make sure you check that out as well. Tweet at me or hit me up in the Discord if you do buy anything, because I want to share all of those pictures around. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.